Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your interest in applying to the 2025 Kick and Push Festival. Thank you also to those who came to our info sessions. It was lovely to meet and talk with you. This recording is for those who were interested in joining us but weren't able to attend. Hi, everyone. My name's Liam Carey. I'm the artistic producer, he, him pronouns, of the Kick and Push Festival. And I'm coming to you now from the traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe, now known as Kingston, Ontario. Let's get right to it, shall we? So, what is the Kick and Push Festival? All right. Well, the Kick and Push Festival is a 4 week long professional festival that runs in Kingston each summer. We're preparing for another one. It is a festival that opens on, that rather focuses on innovative performance. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. And it is run by the Kingston Theatre Alliance. Now, the Kingston Theatre Alliance is a local arts service organization that's dedicated to developing the Kingston theatre and live performance sector. And I think it's important for us to share with you that we see the Kick and Push as a real key component of the work that the Kingston Theatre Alliance does. We believe that in order for the thriving live performance sector in our part of the province to grow, there needs to be paid opportunities that are paying artists and arts workers a living wage. And we also believe that those opportunities need to celebrate what is here, but also be connected to the regional, provincial, national, and sometimes even international sector, because we believe that cultural workers and artists are stronger when they're all connected and sharing the magic with each other. So that is our driving purpose for the Kick and Push Festival. Now, where we started, the first Kick and Push was in 2015. It was named after a railway. Actually, the name was actually sort of the affectionately negative nickname for the local railway that needed a kick and a push if you're going to get where you were going. And there was something about that gumption and something about that subversion that really drew to us. It's impossible to ignore a locomotive that you have to push down the tracks, and we believe that live performance should also be impossible to ignore. Originally, I will say that the Kick and Push was founded by a bunch of local theater organizations that came together to make summer performance happen, and that was wonderful. But it quickly became clear that we needed, for the sector to develop, we needed to shift to a more professional model where people were all getting guaranteed rates. So we did that in 2017, and we doubled down on our belief in the festival as a tool for local sector development, for the arts space, also for the tourism space, also for the local cultural space. Live performance artists have a lot to offer and a lot to share that is appreciated by citizens, businesses, and other professional partners. Live performance artists are great at placemaking, and we wanted to remind our local community of that. So the other thing that I thought I'd mention now that coincides with this philosophy behind the festival is that it's really important to us that the Kick and Push contains a mixture of local, regional, provincial, and national artists. We, again, as I mentioned before, that cross-pollination is incredibly important to us. We think that it's an everybody win scenario. Anyway, where are we now? We are preparing for our 11th season, and we're looking for anywhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 16 residencies and fully formed projects. Now, we have some components of the festival that I'd like to flag for you. The first is the TK Fringe. We produce it in partnership with Theatre Kingston, and this component is not part of this curatorial process that you're interested in. The Theatre Kingston has its own lottery system it uses for the Fringe, which is a certified fringe festival within Canada. But we helped create the TK Fringe, and it is an important part of the Kick and Push because of the opportunity it provides for artists who have an idea that they want to try out to just get out there and get in front of audiences and just make a thing happen. We see the Fringe as a important and necessary ladder on the developmental pipeline for creatives who have a project they want to realize. The TK Fringe is a huge component of that. It's a step leading to professional engagements, professional fees, and we can't fully express how excited we are to partner with Theatre Kingston to present this part of the Kick and Push. So we'd encourage you to check that out. But if you are interested in participating in that way, please reach out to Theatre Kingston. We also have a Cedar Island Indigenous Artist Residency. This is another component that we're incredibly excited about. We co-created it actually with our first Indigenous curator in 2018, and it's run every year since. This is a project that's very near and dear to us because we believe that Canada's First Peoples, we believe that their art is central to the identity of this country now known as Canada. And we believe that the right way to go about that is to support them in their work. So the Cedar Island Indigenous Artist Residency has been curated by our Indigenous curator, who is always an artist who has Indigenous ancestry. And yeah, we'd encourage you to check that out. If that's something that you might be interested in applying for, please reach out to us and we'll put you directly in contact with our curator who handles the curation of that component. And the last component I wanted to mention today is the Francophone presentation that we present in partnership with the Centre Culturel Frontenac. This is something that we grew since the beginning of the Kick and Push, but we actually only started doing formal co-presentations in about 2020. And we believe that it's vitally important because it provides an opportunity for Franco-Ontarian artists to get their work out. We noticed before we started pursuing this partnership with our friends at CCF that the audiences between Francophone and Anglophone content in our city were very divided. There was no cross-pollination. And again, believing that if we work together and share audiences and share resources and share our passion for storytelling, everybody wins. So this is another piece of our efforts to try to increase capacity in the region for live performance, and we're very excited about it. Again, if you have interest in that piece, please reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to connect you with them. Now, that being said, what are we looking for right now? Well, since the pandemic, actually, the Kick and Push has engaged artists in two ways. One is creation artistic residencies, and the other is fully developed shows. Now, if I may, something that I've noticed since the pandemic is that the line between residencies and fully developed shows has blurred somewhat, most likely because of the considerable challenges one has as a live performance creator in creating new work. I completely understand that. I will say to you, if you're considering applying, give it your best shot of picking which stream you want to apply for. I will say that fully developed shows, what we consider a fully developed show is something that's ready for audience. It's ready to go. It's basically plug and play, as it were. That is what a fully developed show is. Whereas in a residency is everything else. I will say that one is not more attractive to us in terms of curatorial selection than the other. Please just tell us where you're at, because that unto itself is going to make your proposal more attractive to us because we'll be able to visualize and imagine it. So please just tell us where you're at, but those are the two buckets. And again, if we don't agree with the bucket that you've chosen, we will reach out and talk to you about it. There will be no disqualification for the wrong bucket choice. Now, the fees are outlined there, but let's go into a little bit more of what you get. You get production costs and artist fees at professional rates, depending on which stream you come in. We'll give you staffing support. That will include tech, front of house, and anything else we can provide. Accommodations for out-of-town artists. And generally, we're looking at engagements of up to 2 weeks. Now, depending on your project, a longer engagement might be possible, or perhaps a sort of a shorter popcorn-like engagement must be possible. We've done it all in our pursuit of innovation. But yeah, that's generally the ballpark we're looking at. But again, tell us where you're at and tell us what your project actually needs to be the best version of itself it can be. And we want to find a way to do that with you. I've talked a little bit about innovative performance, and I just want to touch on that briefly if I can. The most interesting definition of innovation is the one that you as creators bring to your application. I mean, the great thing about innovation is that line is always moving. So innovative performance can be anything. Is it the subject of what the live performance is based on? Is it who's producing the live performance or who's creating it? Is it who's seeing it? Is it the technology that's used within the performance itself? We're very interested in all those questions, so I would encourage you to think about what's innovative within your piece and tell us. You tell us why it's innovative. And if you wonder, well, what's with this focus on innovation? What's so interesting about that? I would respond to that question by saying that live performance unto itself, because of the biofeedback between the audiences and the artist, is always innovating. You're always in the moment. You're always reacting and trying to create something meaningful in the here and now. I think that's part of why live performance artists are so brilliant, is that they are always innovating constantly. And it's really important to us as we champion live performance as a force in the regional sector on all levels that that is put front and center. So please, please, please don't be shy. Take the big swing and tell us what's innovative about your piece. We're so excited to hear what you're pitching. So please take that big swing. And if you need some ideas for big swings that we've been captivated by in the past, please look at the slide, but also check out our best practices document for a little bit more of an outline. Something I'd like to touch on now, which I should have mentioned in the previous slide, I'm sorry about that, but in terms of artistic residencies, this is a question that came up in the info sessions, is that the entire residency period doesn't necessarily have to take place in Kingston. So for instance, if you're like, I'm going to make something up, we're doing a show about frogs, and there's this special pond that we want to create the shows with because the frogs there are very special. If that is something that is intrinsic to your project, but that frog pond is somewhere that is not in Kingston, we are all about that. Just tell us what you need. Again, the point of the residence creation, we want you to share what you're creating with Kingston audiences, and we want you to do some of the creation here, but in terms of being flexibility, we want to support you in the most meaningful way possible for yourselves, for the work, and also for the audiences that will eventually see them. So I'd encourage you to, just wanted to throw that in. Now, I think we're almost ready to take a look at the form, which can be found on our website as well as our social media channels. The deadline is April 9th at midnight. But let's go to the form itself. Let's go to the form itself and take a quick look. I'm just going to pull it up here. Excellent. So you'll notice when you're looking at the proposal, it's not short, but it's not long. But when you're looking at this, please undertake the strategy of, we just want to know about you. We just want to know about you and your project. And the more information we have, the better. We're happy about that. Something that's very important to us at Kick and Push Festival is we want to contextualize your work in the best way possible. We want to bring that work to Kingston in such a way that our audiences get the most value out of it, but also you as creators get the most value out of it. And the way for us to do that is to know as much as we can about every aspect of your application. So don't be shy. Please let us know everything there is to know. And if you're like, should I include this? Include it, because we're eager, we're hungry, we're excited to read what you have to say. One of the things that a little note I want to put on that piece of advice is on the question that you see here, please provide a step-by-step description of the audience experience. This is the question where we're looking for you to tell us exactly what an audience member would experience, as bare bones, as straight up as you possibly can. And again, this is our information that we're going to use in order to bring your work to the audiences that are just right for your piece. We really want to maximize the impact that live performance has in the region, because we think it can be a huge force for societal and cultural and mental health and economic good. And this tells us where we should bring it. What audiences should we share your work to? What audiences should we reach out to? Where should we stage it? This is the question where we get most of that information. So please take it as such. Sometimes when I've seen these applications in different applications I've submitted as an artist, they're looking for a little bit more artistic statement type of information. We aren't interested in that, but not here. We want to know what people will say. So please consider that as such. In terms of the following question, since we're looking at this in the forum, how to keep those safe. As I said, we are very much dedicated to the development of the live performance sector in the region, and that means we have to look after the people that engage with it, whether they be audiences or workers or artists. So let us know how your experience that you're designing is going to keep people safe in all the ways. Yeah, that's really important to us as people who passionately believe in this sector and believe that everyone should feel welcome and excited about seeing innovative performance, because the community that live performance is based on is very much present, and that community is one dedicated to safety. So please don't be shy. Let us know all the things. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes, there's definitely something else. On the budget front, I would say that sometimes budgets can be a little apprehensive for those who are submitting them because of the nature of what we do. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good with this. If we have any concerns about the budget, we're not going to disqualify you or send your file to the recycle bin. We're going to reach out and ask. We're just looking to understand as much as we can about your project. We are looking for a guarantee that those involved are getting professional rates, because as I mentioned before, that is very important to us. But as far as the rest of it goes, yeah, we just want to know what you're thinking. So please don't stress out about the budget. Give us as fulsome and holistic budgetary picture of what you're thinking and where you're at as possible. And if we have any questions, we will not hesitate to reach out. I think that's everything I can think of about the budget form. I will say that if you have any questions about anything related to the application, we'd love to hear from you. For general inquiries, please reach out to info@thekickandpush.com. And for any accessibility concerns about this application process, please reach out to access@thekickandpush.com. We are so excited that you're considering applying for our festival, and we're so excited to meet you and converse with you and hear about what makes you excited. We believe in the Kick and Push Festival. It's a really important time for Canadian live performance artists to step up and remind society of the value that we have, that you have, that your work has for everyone right now. It's a critical time. So please reach out, and we are so excited to meet you and to converse with you and to talk about innovative live performance. We look forward to reading your applications. Thank you very much.